what are the chances, the probability that from 19,000 we go to 22,000, or from 19,000 we go to 16 or 15,000?
So both can happen. I don't know when.
Oh, okay.
But the chances of the higher happening is much more. See, first a disclaimer, I have been positive all my life on Indian economy and
Yes,
markets,
yes,
and that's
you
worked
have.
well. You are happier and you are wealthier.
Mhm.
But the other thing is, as long as one is confident that the economy is going to grow, I think markets will keep pace. Now, whether you invest now and you see a 500-point dip or a 1,000-point dip, that can always happen because the world is so dynamic. So many geopolitical things which have never happened in the world are happening. You had the Russia-Ukraine issue,
Yeah.
China and Taiwan keeps on popping up. Now you have the West Asia, Israel and Hamas issue. Something or the other will keep on happening. But ultimately, I think as long as the economy is looking like growing, markets will keep pace.
What are your highest conviction sort of themes or areas in the market? You've been a long-term India bull, but now as you look at things, there's been quite a sort of crazy rallies, if I can call it that. PSU stocks, nobody thought. Power is a sector that started moving, nobody thought. What do you find most convincing right now?
So one is trends, particularly in the short term, have become more shorter. So you mentioned about power or PSUs, or it was defense, railways, EMS, and XYZ, some in between textiles and paper and so on and so forth. These are like trades. And I always say this, that this Twitter red city, where we have 100,000, 200,000 analysts, is working, and retail is obviously very, very dominant. So, if you look at the number of shareholders in each company, you'll see the numbers just rising. And I think this retail is predominantly focused, unfortunately, on very, very near term. And therefore, these trends are very short term. And I think the short term trends are leading us to believe that these trends are going to continue forever. So in equity investment, our view is that yes, trends, themes are all important. But ultimately, over the longer period of time, sustainability of profits and growth is what is needed. With that in mind, I think pharma is looking very interesting.
Pharma.
I would say manufacturing and engineering is looking very, very good.
Okay.
But stocks have moved up. So, you'll have to wait maybe for a time when there is a correction.
That elusive correction.
Correction can always happen,
True.
When you least expect, they happen.
That's true. That's true.
I think financials, near term, maybe there is a little bit of pressure on NIMs, but profit growth has been phenomenal. So I would say financials and non-fund based financials. So you have insurance companies, wealth management, asset management, all those things will do well. Because as we become wealthier,
people want to invest.
Spend, but we will end up investing also.
Yeah.
Luxury is going to be a big thing. But right now, there are not too many.
We don't have too many listed plays.
But it will
luxury.
happen, right?
Okay.
Indian entrepreneurs are very enterprising. We'll have a lot of IPOs coming in. Sure.
Interesting. Now that's
so next 4-5 years, as we become wealthier, the products on which we spend will change.
Okay.
It will be away from roti, kapda or makan to maybe some wants. Like building materials, for example. Earlier we used to have those steel plates. Now we have crockeries. I'm just giving an example.
True.
We used to have
fancy tiles in the house now.
Yeah, even clothes. The same clothes we used to wear for weddings, and now for wedding we have separate clothes. Yoga separate, athleisure separate, running separate, morning separate, evening separate.